Hello. Glad you could make it. Okay, are you gonna play on the network or just in your room? Home sounds good. How many people are playing? Okay, player 1, do you have a name? Great, got it. And player 2, what's your ridiculous title? Nicely done, let's move on. Okay, player 3, it's your turn to give it up. Super, we got it. If any of you three need some instructing, let me know. Well then, we're all done. I'll see you later.
Player 1, choose your alter ego. Player 2, choose your alter ego. Player 3, choose your alter ego.
Where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hello, and welcome to our spy episode. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to self-destruct in 5 seconds. Go on. Welcome to You Don't Know Jack. I'm Schmitty. Now, what do we have here? A threesome? Well, studies show that these rarely work out, but we'll give it a try. Okay, screws all around. I'm easy. Are there any questions? Too bad. Time to begin. All right, buzz in to pick a value for the next question. The reward for this question is $4,250. I'm calling this one Triple X-Ray Vision. And now, your question. You might think your mail-order X-ray glasses are working if you look at a woman wearing a dress made from which of the following materials? Chiffon, crepe, taffeta, or lame? Player 1, who do you want to screw? Player 2, looks like you're stuck with it. Lame. Say, isn't that French for lame? Player 1, player 3, go after! The only crepe around here is that answer. You want it, player 3? No, however, that is what I wore to my prom. The correct answer is chiffon is a see-through material. However, that grandma underwear that goes up to a woman's armpits, not even Superman can see through those suckers. How about a value? Okay, well, this question is worth exactly $3,750. Let's see what we got going. Won't you be my nosy neighbor? Get the wax out of your ears. It's question time. Say you live next door to the famous Frank Lloyd Wright House in Bear Run, Pennsylvania. If you hold a cup up to their wall to spy on your neighbors, which of these sounds will you hear? Sound 1. Sound 2.
Thank goodness we've got a pickle factory at our house.
Sound 3. The Frank Lloyd Wright House in Bear Run, Pennsylvania is known as Falling Water. Why? Because it's situated over a small waterfall, that's why. And you can't beat a house where your entire basement is a toilet. Oh, come on, like you never peed in the sink. Go ahead and grab an amount. Let's see what the total amount on this one is. $4,500. Up next, never trust a rodent in a trench coat. Ready? Good, we're starting. Since it's a common name for a double agent, which of the following might old MacDonald suspect is the... Take a shot! An agent planted in an adversary's espionage organization in an effort to thwart hostile espionage is called a mole for some reason. Haven't you learned anything from the Nature Channel? Never trust a mole. Oh sure, they'll be all coy and friendly with you, but the moment you turn your back, it's curtains for you, pal. Go ahead and pick them out. Well, looks like player 1's got the top dog value this time. Players 2 and 3, rest your fingers for a while, cause player 1's going on a dis or dat. This dis or dat category name is the half-naked woman behind the spy. Okay, what do you say I read off 7 movie characters, and for each one, you tell me if it's a lovely lady from a James Bond movie or a lovely lady from an Austin Powers movie. See the difference? As each one... Hey, I'm ready if you are. Give me 30 seconds on that clock. And we're off. Merry goodnight, Bond or See ya on the top. Felicity Shagwell, Plenty O'Toole, Kissy Suzuki, Ivana, one more, Robin Swan. That's all of them. Okay, you got 4 right. Great job of guessing. Let's throw that onto your total. Well, you wanted a little help, and that's exactly what you got. Picking them out. And this one's going to be worth $3,750. For your enjoyment, does the KGB have an HMO? So you know how spies are sometimes supposed to swallow cyanide pills if they're captured so they won't divulge any information because they'll be dead? Well, say a spy is captured and instead of his cyanide pill, he accidentally swallows a magnesium hydroxide pill. What might he experience during interrogation? A need to have a bowel movement, yeasty discharge from the genitals, foul breath, ulcers and bleeding in the mouth, or excess hair growth on the forehead. Let me show you what I would have picked. Magnesium hydroxide is a common drug used as a laxative and antacid. Perhaps you're more familiar with it as milk of magnesia?
I'll die before I give you any information. Excuse me. Any information? How embarrassing for me.
Value time. The amount for this one is $5,500. This category is the spy who knew too much about mixing drinks. Well, just because the Cold War is over doesn't mean we have to stop spying on the Russians, right? In fact, my bartender friend risked his life to get me this top-secret recipe. Unfortunately, I spilled some beer on it and can't make the whole thing out. See if you can help me. Top-secret recipe for a White Russian. Fill glass with ice, mix 1.5 ounces vodka with... Okay, comrade, finish the recipe. Orange juice, brandy and rum, Bailey's and lime juice, or Kahlua and cream. A White Russian is a tasty little cocktail made of vodka, Kahlua, and cream, or coffee mate if you're on the cheap. Yeah. Now, if I could just find out what this Kahlua is, clearly some sort of complex code. Buzz in for your amount. Let's see how much you can win this time. $4,250. I believe this one is called A Womb with a View. Put your head between your knees, because we're going down. Which of these items would most likely be marketed toward fetuses so they can prevent themselves from being spied on with ultrasound? A big... Well-educated, high-paid doctors call it sonography. Morons like us just call it ultrasound. So if you're looking for one of these protection suits, check your local Baby Gap store in the embryo section. But be careful though, their zygote sizes run way too big. Grab that value. Okay, this one's worth $6,500. Your category's gonna be A Peeping Tom is Better Than a Peeping Dick. Now, you might not know this, but You Don't Know Jack isn't the only wildly successful show produced here. No, in fact, rumor has it there's a big TV show being filmed right next door. Oh, yeah. In fact, I was looking through the peephole of the studio door when... like you never did that. Anyway, I was able to make out part of the production schedule for the show. Check this out. 2 o'clock, make daily crank call to David Caruso. Let's see, 2:30, get Dennis F's butt ready for close. 3 o'clock, remind cast, call him Rick, not Rick. Well, have you any idea what show is being filmed next door? Player 2, go! Yeah, see, that's David Caruso, Dennis Franz, and Rick Schroeder, so it's gotta be NYPD Blue. Gee, I wonder if anybody from NYPD Blue is peeking in on me. I better take a look. Oh, for goodness sake, it's the caterer. He must have figured out that I've been stealing shrimp.
You will now give to me my crustaceans, or I will beat you black and blue.
Pick any amount. The price on this question is $1,500. Let's take a look at the spy most likely to hurt himself. Hey, you've heard of this Mensa thing, right? The group society for smart people, whatever. Suppose Maxwell, smart, is chosen to infiltrate Mensa. Which of these must he do to join the society? Have a player 1. There you go. Hey, wait a minute, I scored in the 2 percentile range. What gives? Oh, the top 2%. Well, what about effort? Doesn't that count for anything anymore? Pick a value. Well, now you can get behind this amount. $8,750. What in the... I can't read this.
It's time for...
Just buzz in and start typing when you figured it out. If you move quickly, you can earn more cash. The opening value for this one is $8,750. Okay, now take a look at the anagram, unscramble the letters, and let me know what you come up with. I kiss heel putts. Yeah. It's a comedy movie from the 80s, if that helps. It's only the best thing Chevy Chase has done since The Godfather 2. Chevy Chase plus Dan Aykroyd equals undercover hijinks. Player 2, go for it. Type in your answer and then hit return. Spies Like Us, a combination of the Pink Panther and Austin Powers without the funny parts. Choose a value. Here's what we're looking at, $5,500. Here we have, that's one tricky dick. It's go time. On June 17, 1972, what complaint did tenants of the Watergate apartment complex most likely make to the landlord? We've got perverts wandering the halls. I don't want losers hanging out here. There are some real creeps around here. Or I'm calling the police on this scum. Those guys who were caught breaking into the Watergate were with the Committee to Re-elect the President, or creep. Following the Watergate scandal, the country fell into a state of anger and pessimism that lasted for nearly 2 years until the debut of Happy Days in January of '74. Get a value. The total value for this question is $4,250. Allow me to introduce codename Jolly Fat Guy. So you're aware that somebody out there knows every move you're making, right? And I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about Santa Claus. Him and that big list of his. Creepy. Anyway, suppose you get tired of Santa's invasion of your privacy. Which of these warnings could you send in your next letter to Santa? You're in double jeopardy, elf. Take a shot, player 2. Player 2, who's going to get the screw? Looks like you're going to have to answer it, player 1. You have the right to remain silent. From now on, please exercise that right. Player 2, player 3, who wants it? Player 3, do it! Tort law protects you against invasion of privacy, among other things. And after you read Santa his rights, you can have him arrested for breaking and entering. Hey, just because he got you GoBots when you were a kid is no reason to be all soft on him. Buzz in for the amount. Here's your total value for this one, $2,500. The category is I Spy a Question. Think fast, it's question time. If you're assigned to tail a northern spy, how will you probably spend most of your time? Peeping into a beauty salon, bugging a bowling alley, staking out an orchard, or watching radar of the Canadian sky? Player 3, who do you... Player 2, looks like you're stuck with it. A northern spy is an apple. They often try to disguise themselves by rolling in caramel and nuts and then shoving a big stick up their butt. Delicious. Hey, player 3, I think this belongs to you. Go ahead and choose a value. For this one, I'll give you $47.50. This one's called, Do Spy Cars Come with Anti-Lock Brakes? Let's do it. Suppose you want a functional yet affordable spy car. Because its engine is in the back, what car would be your best bet for leaving oil slicks with a dented 74 Ford Pinto, a dilapidated 77 Dodge Dart, a broken down 70 AMC Gremlin, or a rusted out 72 Volkswagen Beetle? Your older VW Bug has got the engine in the back. Yeah, and they're great for the classic, how many spies can you fit into one car gag? You think they're done, but the spies just keep pouring out. Oh boy, woo, hilarious. Time to choose a value. Well, you've made it this far. That's a good sign. You're almost through, but first, the attack. Now, you know all about this. So let's get right to it. Here's your clue. It takes a nation of peeping Toms. By the way, you look wonderful this evening. Have fun! Now that was an attack! You made it look like a third-grade achievement test! Now keep quiet while I tally your scores! It's player 2. Way to go, player 2. You cleaned up this game like orange glow. Of course, you don't smell as good, and...
You don't know Jack!
This week on The Bachelor Chefs, the theme is macaroni and cheese.
Ah, I see the Bachelor Chef is preparing his macaroni and cheese using a zesty white cheddar mix.
Yes, and what's this? He only uses half the recommended amount of milk?
Fascinating.
The challenger is seasoning his macaroni and cheese with pepper and a dash of leftover Tabasco sauce.
The smell is extraordinary.
Who will win this battle?
The Bachelor Chef's macaroni and cheese did not boil too long. It is not mushy.
The dish is creamy, but not too rich, or a buttery goop.
The challenger's macaroni and cheese, it is a bit runny, perhaps too much milk.
Yes, he should have allowed it to sit for a few minutes.
Next time on The Bachelor Chefs.